What's up, keto people? So today I'm going to show you how to make some keto eggnog, but let me just tell you this, that I do all of my making of the food or drink or whatever, and then at the end I do my photos, and then at the very end I'll go ahead and make my intro video. But I didn't even make an intro video at that point because I was so excited to taste the eggnog and stuff, because I already took a little taste. It was so fantastic that when I was all done, I just had my eggnog, to go sit down on the couch, start drinking it and stuff, because it's so fantastic. that I was texting someone and I was just like, oh no, I have to make the intro to my video. So note to self, this is magical. It's just wonderful. The best smelling, tasting thing I've ever had. Anyway, here's how to make it. Okay guys, to start out our homemade keto eggnog, we're gonna add 2 cups of unsweetened almond milk or a nut milk, and then also it's equal parts 2 cups, which is 16 ounces of heavy whipping cream. Now, it does say you can use coconut milk, and apparently that might make it silkier. This is more the traditional way, but if you wanted to use coconut milk, which I did, you'll want to use one. I did want to use it, but when I found out that it kind of curdled the egg yolk a little bit more, and we all see from the butterscotch pudding that I happen to do that, so I went ahead and just stuck with the almond milk. It'll be easier. But coconut milk, you use 1 1/3 of a cup of coconut milk, but it's prone to scramble, so you add this milk to the egg yolks very slowly, which I'll show you that process later on. And you also want to remove it from the heat before it begins to simmer if you're doing the coconut milk version. But anyway, so we're gonna do this, and then I also ground my own nutmeg because I heard it tends to lose its potency. So it is, it is 1 teaspoon, sorry, I'm trying to get my cat off the counter. 1 teaspoon of freshly ground nutmeg. Of course, you can still use the one in your spice cabinet. It's just going to be a little bit less potent. And 1 cinnamon stick. Now, if you don't have a cinnamon stick, you can use a 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon. But this cinnamon stick doesn't really smell too cinnamony, so I'm just going to add a little bit of cinnamon just in case. Just in case. Okay, and we're going to stir this and simmer it for 8 to 10 minutes. And then I will come right back. Okay guys, a couple of things. While that is simmering, we're going to do the egg yolks and the erythritol, which apparently it's granulated is what you need. So if you don't have any of this, I'll put a link below to where you can get it. But then also, this recipe is from nomnom.com as well. I'll put that up here. But by the way, it smells so fantastic. This is my first time actually doing eggnog. So I'm going to see how good it is. So anyway, what I have in here is 6 egg yolks. Y'all, I actually did 6 eggs. Like, because before I would have wasted like 3 or 4 eggs not doing the egg yolks right. So I'm super happy about that. Anyway, so it says to add a half a cup to 3/4 of a cup of either xylitol, which is very toxic for dogs, or your erythritol. So I always have this. I don't have xylitol for the reason of toxicity to dogs. But anyway, so this is a 1/2 cup, but I'm very much like a sweet sort of person. And so I'm gonna add mainly all of it, a little bit less. And it says you can whisk it up, but it's easier to do with the mixer. And then we're gonna do it until most of this has dissolved. Now, if you're using erythritol, it's not gonna dissolve all the way until it's nice and fluffy as well. So I'm gonna get to that and I will come right back. Okay guys, I'm back. So what we're going to do is start tempering this mixture. You're going to add the hot to the egg yolks. There goes my cat. Great thing. Anyway, so this is where most of the time I curdle this stuff. But we're just going to see if I'm going to do it super slow, y'all. So I'm just going to add just a small amount. Ooh, that is a big amount. That's probably not good. I probably ended up curdling that. But whatever, we're just going to slowly keep doing this. We're going to whisk it constantly as we're adding. I don't know what my cat's doing over there. Anyway, so I'm going to continue on doing this, and once this is finished, I'm going to return everything to the saucepan and put it back on the stove for medium to low heat for about another 8 to 10 minutes. So I'm going to continue doing this and I will come right back. Okay guys, so a couple of things. One, whenever I was putting the milk mixture into the egg yolks, I took out the cinnamon stick. And then when I put it back on the stove for I put it on for, it was like a little less than 8 minutes. It seemed to be fine. I think it says that you have to do it for, I think, up to 160 degrees Fahrenheit, and to where it will coat the back of a spoon. But anyway, so it was roughly around a little less than 8 minutes for me. So there's that. So I put the cinnamon stick back in there as well. But then when I put it back into this bowl, I filtered it out with one of those thingamajigs. Can't think of the word now. Okay, so this is the favorite part. Now to add the vanilla extract. Remember not to do vanilla flavoring because that has sugar in it. You do vanilla extract. However, when I recently went to Mexico, I bought vanilla. This was $5. We all know how expensive vanilla is. So, making sure I have my teaspoons right. Spilled a little. It's okay. You can never have enough vanilla, right? Oh, I forgot my paper towel. All right, I'm just gonna have to sit there for a minute. Oh my God, that's gonna disturb me. Okay, so from this point on, if you didn't want to do any alcohol, then you just put it in the fridge and let it chill. And then when it's chilled and you finally take it out, if it's too thick, add a little bit more almond milk. It'll thin it right out. Okay, but still a little hot. But for the people that want to put some little alcohol in there, now I will tell you, it says to use dark rum or bourbon. So I went to the liquor store thinking, okay, well, I don't usually have bourbon, so I'll just pick up these two little. But then it says to do a ½ cup to 1 cup of alcohol. Well, I would have gladly put all of that in there, but I didn't realize that had so much. So it will. Still gonna get you to where you need to go, right? For those Christmas headaches. You know what I'm saying? Ooh. Okay, so all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this in the fridge, let it chill, and I will come right back. Okay guys, I'm back. So several things. One, when I went to reheat it again for the 8 to 10 minutes before we stirred in the vanilla and stuff, I put a little bit more cinnamon in there. For some reason, my cinnamon stick just wasn't as powerful as I thought. So I think I probably put in about 1/4 of a teaspoon overall on top of the cinnamon stick. Would I add more? Yeah, I gladly would. Anyway, so also make sure to cover this. I think I would have put it in the text, but certainly cover it up. And I had it in there for just an hour. I tell you what, it's going to take a lot longer than that. And if it's, like I said, you definitely want to stir it quite vigorously, not vigorously, but stir it quite a bit. And if it's thickened up a little bit, like I said, put some almond milk in there. But for time-wise, I wanted to get this out. So I did pour some in here. I dashed a little bit of cinnamon on there. Whoa, that's probably a whole lot. And then I'm also going to grate a little bit of fresh nutmeg. All right, and give this a taste. Oh my God. Oh, that is so good. That is so good. I'm so glad. My sister, shout out to my sister, she suggested that I make a keto eggnog recipe. So here it is. It's so good. Definitely try it. I would certainly add a cup, though, of alcohol to it, for sure. But if not, and you're just going non-alcoholic, which is probably the better way to do it, go ahead and don't do any of it. But it's certainly fantastic. And if you don't want the alcohol sort of taste, then maybe about just the 2 small mini bottles would be perfect. You get just a slight hint of it. Anyway, that's all the time I have. I do have the macros I will put up here. Great macros, great fat. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to see more. I will see you guys next time.